Since God chose you to be the holy people he loves, you must clothe yourselves with tender-hearted mercy, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Here we go. Make allowance for each other's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. Forgive anyone, not just the people you like, but even the people you don't like and you don't agree with. Forgive them all. The text goes on to say, remember the Lord forgave you, so you must forgive others. And I just want to say, if this is you, if you're someone that's constantly finding fault in others, if you feel like if God's speaking to you and this is an opportunity for you, here's a couple questions that I want you to process through. Here's the first one. Is your list of pet peeves longer than the list of Bible verses that you've stored in your heart? When you open your coat and you show the list of pet peeves, if it goes all the way down like a scroll onto the floor, and then you open your other side of your coat and you show the list of verses that you've committed, Bible verses, into your heart, and it's a very short list, this may be you. And what I want you to know is that if you start to commit more of God's word into your heart and that list grows longer, there's a chance your pet peeve list is going to grow shorter. And then you're going to start honoring people because you're not constantly criticizing and chipping away. Here's another question for you if you feel like this is you. What's at the root of you constantly being offended and your inability to forgive others? Like, what's at the root of that? What's happening inside of you? I want you to pray about that process. Talk to your community group. Definitely spend some time with the Lord. Third question for you. Are you giving level 10 reactions to a level 1 infraction? Right? If your mind is just blown because you saw the guy or the girl not bring the cart back to the cart rack and you give a level 10, right? I want you to think about, what is that doing to your relationships? What is this doing to your relationships? I want you to know that if you have a hard time to make room and allowances for the faults of others around you, it can be a relationship killer. Because the relationship can look good on the outside, but it can be crumbling on the inside. Married people, this is a tip for married folks. If you're constantly finding fault in your spouse because they're missing expectations, I want you to know there's something you can do to change that. And that is this. You can start lifting them up into who you want them to be. The expectations that you have. You can lift them up through your words and the way that you honor them and the way that you pray for them. Instead of bringing them down with your words and your criticism, you can lift them up but by the way that you honor them. And I got to tell you, this morning as I was heading out the door, I had this great exchange with my wife where she did just that. She lifted me up. She affirmed me. You know, she said things that just touched me so deeply. She honored me with her words, and then she prayed over me. And I felt like in that moment, man, the cape was coming on. And I was ready to deliver this message to you. My wife honored me into this place that she believes that God has made me to be. And I want you to understand this principle, especially if you're in a married relationship. Last point here, stop focusing on faults and start focusing on forgiveness. Start focusing on forgiveness. And if this is you, start focusing on the forgiveness that God has extended to you.